Welcome back, dreamers, for episode 75 of Daydreaming. Alright, so let's see here. What do we have to catch everybody up on? How about everything? All the awesome intensity and just over-the-top support that you guys have been doing this last week on the Dream Stream? Whoo-wee! Loving it. Thank you guys, and I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have seen in the Discord. Hopefully you guys are in the Discord. If you're not, make sure to go ahead and go to my page on Twitch and go ahead and check out the link that's posted there, or you can go to my channel. And as long as my Inkbot is on, you can hit ! Discord, and you'll get the link right there and the invite. Bam, boom! You guys will be good. All right, so let's see here. Friday was epic, right? So on Friday, we were rocking Zombies Ate My Neighbors. You guys made a great turnout for that. Had a lot of fun. I didn't overheat too badly for as much as, you know, wearing the jacket, the wig, the hat on top of the wig, the makeup and everything. It usually gets quite stuffy. Anyways, I digress. And then we finished it off with a couple of different Paperboys. Beat Paperboy 1 again on stream, and then went for Paperboy 2. We didn't quite have enough time, but we did a few runs of that. And that was a lot of fun with SSJ Sharpie in the house. Rolling into Steam Saturdays, we had a lot. I had a lot of fun playing Darkest Dungeon. Start off rough, then had a bunch of great runs right there in the middle. And then near the end of the evening, I was like, we're gonna go for a tough one. Let's just go hard. And then we got like wiped. I was sad. Or pretty close. So I think it was like 3 of 4, and all I had left was a Vestal against the Humiliating Prophet. The Humiliating Prophet. It's when you have to fight the Prophet for the second time. The guy that's got all the different wood piles in front of him, so it pushes him to the back line, and then he gets like 2 or 3 attacks per round. And yeah, so that guy was awful, embarrassed us, and yeah. So we didn't end on a high note, even though the stream was still awesome. And it was a whole lot of fun. Sunday came around, and guess what, guys? Speed Run Sundays. We did it. We did it on Link's Awakening, which still wasn't perfect, right? So we're looking to shave off again this upcoming Sunday. Link's Awakening, we got sub 2 hours, and that's with a 12-minute final round, because I had to go and collect more arrows, because of I had, I think, 15 or 16 arrows, which meant I was going to have to go perfect and not miss one single arrow on the final boss fight. And as much as I like to say I could do that, I didn't want to risk it. You know what I mean? I didn't want to risk it for the Trisket. So we went and farmed real quick to get some of those, and that lost us a bunch of time, but we still PB'd. So it's going to be really cool in this next run, is if we're ahead at all, even by a minute, 30 seconds, we're going to know that we're going to have 4 or 5 minutes available in the final boss section, is if we have enough arrows already, and that's going to be huge. So we can look to see get another nice, strong PB this upcoming Sunday. Then we went into, what did we play? Was it, I think it was Japanese any percent, and we shaved a little bit off on our sum of best, but no PB. Then we went to Mega Man 2, and again, so much good stuff. You see like all this energy, it's just like, blah, you know, word vomiting into the yawns. And I just ran out of energy at that point in time again, because once I hit like 11:30 to 12:30 for that speed running after running for like 6 hours, there's just something, I don't know what it is, where I'm like determined mentally, but physically I'm not executing. And like, you know, I'll be like, what's wrong with the controller? Because it's just like, why isn't this working? And yeah, so no. It's just something I try to fight through. And probably once every 4 or 5 speedrunning streams, I'm able to go, you know, longer. But not this last time. I tried, and I was like, man, we keep dying in the worst, possible spots, and that's going to happen because I'm at that point now in the Mega Man 2 speedruns that I need to always press for those segments that are, run killers because they're worth so much time for the time saves. And yeah, there you go. Mondays for Mix It Up Mondays. Oh, such a great podcast on Flippity Flams. Remember, guys, on Mondays, I do a podcast on Flippity Flams channel. You don't see it on my channel. All right, I'll host it, though, so that way if you guys pop into the channel, you could still watch it. But if you wanted to interact and do the Q&A session at the very end of the stream or the podcast for about 10 or 15 minutes, we do that as well. Then, around 8 p.m. is when I roll into Mix It Up Mondays, and we play Darkest Dungeon, and that was a really good one. I had one bad run in there. Outside of that one bad run, everything else was really good. I kept on losing my antiquarian. No. Dang it. I'm going to butcher it. I'm going to stop myself right there. And the person that helps you get a lot of the money, whenever they go and check stuff, they're always going to get extra money, extra antiques and, common or rares or whatever, and they're worth a bunch of money. And you could stack them like crazy in just one slot, which is really nice. While most things are like 6s and 8s, with the exceptions of like food and crests. So to be able to make a lot of money where you can just keep on stacking them is nice. That way I can always try to do all the upgrades and things like that for the guys. Try to find ones that I can remove quirks on. Try to get the stress down low by either sending them to the Abbey or the Tavern. I try to avoid the Tavern if I can, only because it seems like it's more likely then when I come back the next week to, take them back or whatever, that they have gone on some binge, right? Be it the brothel and they got exhausted from whatever the heck they were doing in there. Or if they went on some drinking binge or lost a ton of our money gambling. And so I prefer the Abbey just because it's less likely. If they go on some journey quest, which still kind of sucks, it's not as devastating. They don't add they usually don't add negative quirks, even though I've seen a few of them before, like only will meditate now or something. But I think that's because of some other things or some other negative quirk that then cues. I think I'm trying to figure that stuff out where it cues that next possible route, where just like when you hit 100 stress, most likely you're gonna get a negative quirk. But I've gotten some really, really cool positive quirks. There was I wish I could remember which one it was for. Was it for the Prophet? Oh, who was it for? There was one boss one that we were going on, and it started out really rough, and then I got like 2 or 3 positive quirks from hitting 100 stress, and oh my gosh, they were just like, they were so good. Like every time we would do something, it'd be like anti-stress this, and it really was very helpful. And I haven't seen that type of luck again in Darkest Dungeon when it came to like the what's it called? When it challenges their resolve, that's what it is. And that's like, they're being tested. Paranoid. Or like, I think one of them's like loser. I don't know, it should be, because sometimes they have some of the quirks. I'm like, you're weak. I never trusted you. You're weak. Actually, I did trust them, but then I found out I shouldn't have. It's okay. This happens in everyday life just like it does in Darkest Dungeon. You take a group of people, you go out to try to, do whatever the task is for the said reward, and half of them just bail on you. No? That's just me? All right, well, that's my problem for living in a hamlet, so, poo on me, right? Well, then we rolled into Time Tuesdays, and Time Tuesdays was so awesome yesterday. So, Time Tuesdays, we had special guest appearance from Luxon Phoenix, which you know what that means, streamers. If you watched when I was over at Luxon's for his 12-hour Alzheimer's awareness stream, he came and joined us so we could try to get a new PB. We want sub 12 minutes for our PB. Well, our PB for 2-player Contra any percent runs is 12:01. We wanted to get sub 12, right? So we want to get like at least 11:59. We were so close. We had a run that day really early on, too. That was a 12:09. And I was like, dude, we're going to do some awesome stuff here. And we shaved 20 seconds off of our sum of best. Our sum of best now is down to 11 minutes. So it's just like, it's there. It's for the taking. And I hope that we're able to pull that off soon. He's even so excited for it that he's coming back on Sunday. And thankfully, as ransom, he left his controller here, so we're gonna hold on to his controller until he comes back for it, and that means we're gonna have to speedrun, right? So Link's Awakening speedrun on Sunday, and maybe a Lux and Phoenix reappearance, so we can actually PB, and then maybe get that sum of best sub 11. Oh, that would be so money, honey, so money. Okay. Anyways, though. Otherwise, guys, so many great things. We were able to get the Dreamstream T-shirts out there, and I was really stoked about that. It's for those of you who had the Tier 3 subscription. Remember, there's a bunch of perks when it comes to like the Discord and whatnot, as well as right now for the first 40, which now I think there's 37 left. You will get an original Dream Stream t-shirt. The only other people who have ever had access to this were those who met me at TwitchCon last year. And remember, guys, our plan is to go to TwitchCon this year. So far I've already got enough money raised from the donations, thanks to you guys, you dreamers, that I'm able to afford the tickets now. Tickets are purchased. Okay, so our tickets are purchased. Now it's a matter of getting enough of the funds. I think we have enough money basically for the gas too. So we have the tickets and the gas covered. Now we're just working towards the hotel stay, because last year, I mean, that was all I needed for like last year, right? And then I was so lucky last year, I got to stay at Ghost Penance's house. So Power Crunch TV and myself, we got to stay there and be able to find a way to affordably do this event, right? That's, a good 6-8 hours south of us. Last year at San Diego was 8 hours south of us. Long Beach should be about 6-ish hours from us. And so we're getting there. I think we are really we're gonna accomplish that. And it's going to be something superb, and I hope to see you guys there. But anyways, back to the shirts. That's how you guys can get them, because otherwise I'm not going to release them outside of that. Those are going to be the original Dreamstream shirts before eventually we'll make new ones, okay? So if you ever want an original Dreamstream shirt, I mean, it's got the old logo. You can say you were there beforehand when you saw the old Dreamstream logo, and that can be yours, guys. Otherwise, if you don't want a t-shirt, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just keep on watching, keep hanging out, because you guys have been supporting me in so many different ways. Be it on Twitter, be it on Instagram, be it here on YouTube, be it on Twitch itself by hanging out in the chat room. And it means a lot. So thank you very much. Wow. Guys, workouts went really good last week. I'm hoping this week we're going to do even more. But remember, we're going to have an episode tomorrow of Daydreaming, like per usual, where we project what we're going to be doing for the upcoming week. I got some cool caveats, some cool little things for you guys to know about for the upcoming week, and maybe a motivational line or two. Maybe. If you're lucky. All right, Dreamers, go ahead and check out our Zelda PB over here. And feel free to sub right there. Thank you, guys. All right, Dreamers, dream on!